Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, then hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Charlotte and I make videos on whatever I feel like making videos on. So this week I thought I would do a video about my experience coming off the contraceptive pill because I did that. And I want to talk about my experience because I could have done with this information while I was on the pill, before I went on the pill, and while coming off the pill. So I just thought it would maybe be useful for anyone who is considering going on the pill, who is on the pill and isn't sure if it's working for them, who's maybe considering coming off. This is just my experience. Obviously, the thing is with hormonal kind of like medications and just hormones in general, it's going to react differently with everyone. So my experience won't necessarily be the same as your experience, but I know for a fact a lot of, like, from my research, a lot of things I've experienced are pretty common and things that you should probably like that can be expected. Not you shouldn't probably expect them, but things that can be expected and are more common. So if that's the kind of thing that you're interested in, then just keep watching, and if not, I don't know why I clicked on the video because it's in the title. Anyway, I have my phone here with the app Clue on it, because that's what I've used for the past. How many years has it been that I've used this? It's been a good few years that I've been using this app, so I can kind of track when it was I came off the pill, and I can tell you like when it was. So I took my very last contraceptive pill on the 5th of June. So I have been off now for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, coming up to 6 months in 2 days as I'm filming this. One day as this is gone up. Yeah, it's been 6 months, and I feel like now I can say my body is pretty much back to normal. So I started the pill back when I was 17, around about the August, September time. So I was a few months away from being 18. So for the record, I just turned 22 on the 17th of November. So it's been nearly 5 years that oh wait, no, because I came off 6 months ago. It was like 4.5 years that I was on the pill for. And when I first went on the pill, I feel like I felt fine. I was told, obviously, a few people I knew who I went to school with, they said that didn't work for them because it made them sick and stuff like that. But I didn't have anything like that. Didn't have like headaches, didn't have nausea, didn't have worst periods, didn't have anything like that. I was fine as far as I was aware. But also when I went on the pill, I was having a hard time at school, so, and like in my personal life. So I can't tell if, because of how I feel now and how I've been the past 2 years, I can't tell if the pill just changed how it worked with me, because obviously as you grow up, your body changes. So my body would have changed now that I'm an adult compared to when I was still a teenager. I don't know if I had the negative side effects back then and didn't realize it because I was having a bad time in my personal life, or if recently over the past like year or two, if the pill kind of changed how it was working with my body and I started getting bad side effects. So I'm not sure about that, to be honest. But when I first went on the pill, it seemed to be working absolutely fine for me. I pretty much never forgot to take it. I pretty much never forgot to take it. And I was very consistent, and I found it worked for me, taking a pill every single day, the same time every single day. My brain just turned off there, sorry. I found that fine. Like I say, I had Clue, so I could, have an alarm on my phone and then put it in on the Clue app that I'd taken my pill. So I found that absolutely fine. Yeah, so I was fine. And then if you follow my channel, you know that a couple of years ago I had like a weird anxious breakdown, and I've always struggled with anxiety, but for some reason it got to the point where I had to leave my job, and I have not been able to work since. I've had 2 years of extreme anxiety, kind of agoraphobia. I had agoraphobia when I left my job, for sure, but I'm kind of getting over that now. But I've been in therapy. I'm still in therapy because I feel like I'm getting back to being like a normal person, and I want to keep that support when I do start working again. I'm hopefully going to be start looking for jobs in the new year, but that's going to be a different video. I'm going to do a video about my like an update about my anxiety soon. I'm going to go into the reasons why I came off the pill. So basically, I wasn't having sex, so I didn't need to be on the pill, but I stayed on it despite that for a long time, just because I liked knowing when my periods were going to be, and I liked having lighter periods. So before I went on the pill, my periods were like heavy for like the first 2 days, but they weren't like heavy to the point where I was becoming anemic from them. I had a friend who was like that. I didn't have bad periods by any means. I had like a little bit of cramping, and they were kind of inconveniently heavy on the first 2 days, but not the point where it was like debilitating. But I just like to know when my periods were going to be, because pretty much down to the day. When I first started the pill, I knew I was that consistent with my periods. It was between 10 and 11 on a Monday morning that I would start my periods. And then as the time has gone by, which is why I think at first the pill was fine with me, and over the past few years it's changed, is because that changed. After a while it was like, then it'd be like, okay, then it's a Tuesday you start on, and it could be any time. And then it went back to a Wednesday. So my periods actually kind of got shorter, or maybe they got pushed back. And yeah, that was strange. And also my periods, like my cramps got worse. I started getting really bad cramps. And the first day of my period, you would think I was like really ill, because you would think I just had like some kind of stomach bug. I wasn't being ill, but I just felt sick the whole day, and you would just think I wasn't well. Basically, I didn't act well. I couldn't do anything. I'd be the first day of my periods were pretty debilitating, and that changed as well. So yeah. Anyway, the big deciding factor for me coming off the pill was that I'd heard a few years ago that being on the pill could cause depression, but I didn't feel like I had depression in any other sense other than like situational. I was depressed because I wasn't living my life how I wanted to because of my anxiety, but I knew that was situational, and it wasn't caused by anything but the fact that I was sad about the fact that I wasn't living my life the way I wanted to, and I felt like I was missing out. So I wasn't worried about that. So I never thought, okay, the pill's causing me to be depressed, because I knew it was something else. So I never worried. But then I heard it could also cause anxiety, and I was like, hang on a minute, this is very convenient. So I talked to a friend of mine who had been on the same pill as me, and just for reference, I was on Levest. Like that's the brand of pill I was on. And she said she felt like her like anxious levels and stress levels came down after coming off the pill. So that's what I went to the doctors, told the doctor, if you're thinking about coming off the pill, obviously talk to a doctor about it first. Don't just come off it. And so we decided, okay, well, I don't need to be on it because I wasn't having sex. Simple as that. So obviously, putting more hormones in your body is not good for it anyway. Well, it's not the best for it. You're better off letting your body just be how it is. So we decided I would come off it. And like I say, so I took my last pill on the 5th of June. And then I had my period as normal, like I would have had for that withdrawal week. Cause I went on for the last I went on for the rest of the course for that month, and then stopped as usual because I just thought that my body would be better sticking to what it's used to, and then just not continuing after that cycle. So I had my normal period then, and oh, another thing I've just realised, I've seen little dots. I was also starting to get spotting, and I'd never had spotting before. Before going on the pill, and the whole time of being on the pill, I had never had spotting, aside from like the few months leading up to me coming off, and also a couple times in the year before, like, so basically in June, like let's just say June, because that is exactly a year. From June 2018 to June 2019, there was a couple times where I had spotting, and that was off for me. And so then I found out from the doctors, sometimes you can get spotting because basically your body's kind of like I want to come off this now. You know, if you've been on the pill for a good while, sometimes you can have adverse side effects because you've been on it for a while, because your body should have a break. I'd be on it too long without having a break. So that's kind of what the doctor said for my spotting. And since coming off, now that my periods are back to normal, I haven't had any spotting. So yeah, I actually had spotting 2 days before my period started, and then like 5 and 7 days after that period stopped. And then July, no period. August, no period. And then I had my period again on the 6th of September. So this was like 2 months it took for me to get my period again. Which I don't think is too bad, really. So it's in the 3rd month of coming off the pill, got my period back. And that was only 4 days, it was very short. And then I had spotting the day before and a couple of days after, which is normal when your periods are kind of come back. And then it was 6 weeks until my next period. Again, only 4 days. I was used to having like a 5 to 7 day period, and I had spotting for 4 days after that. And then it was just like 4 days, not 4 days, 4 weeks and 2 days when my last period was. So I'm like, it's taken 5 months and my periods are now back to normal. I'm already regular again. I was regular before I went on the pill, so that was fine. I don't care about giving you this much information. Like, this is just, like, it's a period, I don't care. And I had no spotting with that period, so yeah, I'm kind of back to being consistent by the looks of it. I mean, who knows? My next period's due in like the end of next week, so we'll see. We'll probably it's likely that it's going to be around about like pretty accurate. Just from what I know what my body's like. So what I've noticed now I'm off the pill, and like I say, my cycle's back to normal. First thing I noticed is I started getting acne when I came off the pill, and it's not gone away. That's the one thing that's just not gone away. I'm wearing heavy makeup on my chin. It's not hormonal because it's not at a certain point every month that I'm getting acne. It is at all times during the month, and I have it on my forehead and on my cheeks even. And I hate it. It's really bad and it's not going away. But what's worse is I've got it on my back, and that is again consistent, and it's really bad compared to, like, it's not in the grand scheme of acne, it's not really bad. But for what I would usually get, I've never been a spotty person. I never got acne as a teenager. Had a little bit of acne as a teenager. I was a teenager, but not much. So this is bad for what my body and what I'm used to. So I'm gonna go to the doctors and see about getting like this zinc cream. I don't know. I asked a pharmacist and he said that's what I should do. I'm gonna go to the doctors and see about that. But that is something that it's been 6 months and that's not cleared up, and I'm lazy. I've started out a more strict skincare routine, so I'm hoping to start seeing progress with that, like for my face. And like I said, I'm gonna go to the doctors about my back. But that is one thing that has happened, and I really don't like it. It sucks. I'm very self-conscious about my back right now. But on the upside, I cannot complain about that too much, because at least it could be just a coincidence, but my anxiety is a lot better. And it's kind of life-changingly better. Like, I'm just doing things a lot easier, and life feels easier, and I don't feel so like I've got a really long road ahead of me now. I've made a lot of progress over the past 6 months that it's kind of crazy. I've made more progress in the last 3 months even than I had in the past, like than in a year. So for that, it's worth coming off. For me, it was worth coming off the pill just for that, because now I feel like I'm a bit more like a normal human. I'm now volunteering. So I've got hair that came out. I'm volunteering at a local charity shop now, one morning a week, and so far, fingers crossed, touch wood, I'm not experiencing any anxiety when I'm working there, and my anxiety when I'm actually out and doing things is a lot better. So I'm hoping in the new year I can start actually looking for a job, and that to me is worth coming off the pill. It's worth the back knee, it's worth me feeling self-conscious, it's worth the acne and the scarring I've got going on my face right now, because at least I can kind of start getting my life back now. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I'm really hoping. Yeah. Another weird thing: periods are heavier, cramps are non-existent. That is the most bizarre thing for me, because usually it's kind of like I'll start having cramping and then I'm like, oh, okay, now I'm on my period, and that I'll know my period's about to start because I'll feel it in my stomach before any blood has like even gone into my underwear. I'll know, and I can prepare, and it's fine. My last period, I woke up and it was not a nice surprise, and my stomach felt completely fine, like the bottom of my stomach. I didn't feel anything. And then throughout the period, like, I don't feel any cramping. I maybe have like a little bit of like, okay, I'm aware that there's something going on. And it's like a sensation in my stomach, kind of. It's like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's not cramping, it's not uncomfortable, it's not painful. And my God, that feels like it's life changing. Because, like I say, when I was on the pill, especially after probably a year of being on the pill, so like 3 to 4 years, um, that I've been on the pill, it would be the first day of my period would be so painful, and it was just getting worse. This last 2 years, it was just getting worse, the pain that I was experiencing every month on that first day, and that was debilitating because I couldn't do anything, and then I'd be still really uncomfortable the next day, and then pain the next day, and then after that I'd be like, I'll be all right, but I'd still have cramps. So, like I say, I can deal with some acne and some bacne, if my life is just a little bit easier. I hate the feeling of having a heavier period though. It's really like uncomfortable in a different way. Um, but I'd rather be worried that I'm gonna bleed out than be worried that I'm gonna be sick because of how much pain I'm in. So because I feel like I was gonna start getting to that point, and I really did not want to get to that point. It was terrifying. I was worried that my periods were going to get more painful after coming off the pill, because a lot of people go on the pill because they have really painful periods. So I was very surprised to have the opposite, and I was very worried that I was going to have more painful periods, but I'm very thankful that I don't. So yeah, that's my experience. To sum up, my mental health is a lot better. My periods are heavier, but a lot less painful, and they're still regular. And I've got acne and bacne now, but I can deal with the last one. That'll pass. It's not going to be a thing forever. At least I don't think it would be. Um. So yeah, that's my experience I had coming off the pill. That's how long it took. It took about 6 months for me to get back to a normal routine and a normal cycle, or my regular cycle, whatever that would be. So yeah, I would really like to know in the comments down below if you're on the pill, how you're dealing, like how that's working for you, or if you've come off the pill and how that's working for you. I would just like to hear about your experience with it because it's very interesting. Yeah, no idea what I'm gonna do when I get a boyfriend and things are happening. Haven't a clue what I'm gonna do there yet. Because I don't think I want to go on hormonal contraception ever again after now coming off it. So, yeah, I'm gonna end this video here. I'm sorry if it was TMI for you, but I mean, you need the too much information because you need the information. Like I say, please let me know in the comments down below your experiences. You can give me as much gory detail as you want. I'm not squeamish. The more the merrier, I suppose. And I really hope this has helped anyone who is considering going on the pill, or is on the pill and considering coming off. I just, hope this is helpful for you. And I don't think that the pill is a bad thing by any means. I do think it's really good and it's really helpful. And like I say, I was still fine on the pill. It wasn't debilitating for me. I especially at first, it was fine. I was great on it. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's something, if you're thinking about going on it, you need to speak to a doctor about it. And how it's going to work with your lifestyle. But yeah, for me, I think I'm better without it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already down below. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my future uploads. and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!